Greetings from Indianapolis and the National Federation of State High School Associations. My name is Sandy Searcy, and I am the NFHS Rules Editor for the sport of softball. Our Rules Committee meets in June of each year and discusses proposed rule changes submitted by the state associations based on input from the state office, officials, and coaches. The purpose of today's presentation is to update everyone on the 2022 rule changes for NFHS softball. Let's start off with Rule 121, which clarifies bases may be designed to disengage from their anchor system. This change places rule language with other regulations covering the field and its equipment. Rule 133 aligns ball tolerance specifications with other rules codes. Balls manufactured with the former specifications will be permitted through 2024 to allow for manufacturers and schools to reduce their current inventory. The new ball specifications are permitted for use during the 2021-22 season and will be required by January 1, 2025. Rule 325B removes the language prohibiting hard items to control the hair in the sport of softball. This clarifies adornments such as beads can be worn in the hair and aligns language with other NFHS rules codes. Language was also removed in Rule 3212 that prohibited players from wearing hard cosmetic or decorative items. Rule 325C permits players to wear soft and secure headwear for religious purposes without prior state association approval. This eliminates the need for authorization from state associations for religious headwear. Rule 353, when in live ball areas, a coach shall be attired in a school uniform or jersey coaching shirt with slacks, shorts, or other leg coverings in school colors or colors of khaki, black, white, or gray. This updated language clarifies items which can be worn by coaches in the live ball area. Rule 3621 and penalty establishes the penalty when a damaged bat that was previously removed is reintroduced into the game. The penalty outlines protocol for dealing with situations in which a damaged bat is removed, then reintroduced into the game. Rule 622 and note removes language from Rule 622 and places it as a note under the penalty. The language and rule reference is a reminder to players, coaches, and officials about distracting items worn by the pitcher, but it is not a part of Rule 622. Rule 745, which is a new rule, adds language to identify a batter entering the batter's box with a damaged bat previously removed from the game, is out. The addition of Rule 3621, which defines the penalty for reintroducing a bat previously removed from the game, necessitated adding new Rule 7415, which defines situations when the batter is out. Rule 826 clarifies that a runner is considered outside the running lane when either foot last contacting the ground completely outside the lane. The new language more adequately describes the intent of the rule and will provide more consistent enforcement. Now we move on to the editorial changes. Rule 243 states that a damaged bat is one that was once legal but is broken, cracked, dented, rattles, or has sharp edges that might deface the ball, and the bat shall be removed when initially detected without penalty. Also, a penalty was added for a batter detecting using a damaged bat after it has been previously removed from the game. The addition of Rule 3621, which defines the penalty for reintroducing a previously removed bat to the game, necessitated adding language to the definition of a damaged bat in Rule 243. Editorial change Rule 244. The pitcher is the player who is designated in the scorebook as being responsible for delivering or pitching the ball to the batter. Because defensive changes, including to the pitcher, are not required to be reported, the pitcher may not be designated in the scorebook. This clarification will match this rule to 210.1, which is a catcher definition, and will eliminate potential conflict and confusion with Rule 892, which defines for whom a courtesy runner may be used. Editorial change to Rule 371 note clarifies that no warm-up pitchers are permitted if a pitcher is removed and then returns to the pitching circle in the same half inning. This rule has not changed, but was simply clarified to ensure consistent reinforcement. Editorial change to Rule 423 Note 2. The number of innings for one or both games of a doubleheader may be scheduled for less than 7 innings by state association adoption. Current state association game-ending procedures still apply. Editorial change to Rule 5.1, which is the dead ball table. Table 5.1 previously combined 2 different rules with 2 completely different penalties and awards. The change separates the 2 rules and penalties and awards. The remaining rule references were renumbered. Editorial change Rule 731, a batter may not step out of the batter's box when the pitcher is in contact with the pitcher's plate. This aligns language with the rule change from the previous year. Our 2022 NFHS softball points of emphasis are located in the back of your rules book and listed here for you on the screen. Huddles between innings, guidance for pitcher utilization, assisting a runner, and pitcher simulating taking a sign. New rulebooks and casebooks have been shipped to your state associations at this point. Thank you for your attention to this short presentation and enjoy the rest of your softball season.